was fired from my $500,000 a year job as a software engineer working at Stubhub. And this is my story. I was fired for questioning the culture and the work at the company. I found it difficult to work in Stubhub's environment when I would ask for data about why the decisions were being made. Wasn't provided with documentation about why certain decisions were being made. And then I was told, well, do I need to know everything? I can't know everything that's going on at the company. The director also said I could switch teams, which is how I ended up meeting with a data team that manages the data coming into StubHub. When I met with an engineer on the team, we started discussing some of the data, and in particular, I had a question because there was something being brought up about mismatches between events. Essentially, my question was, is it possible for someone to sell a ticket, but the event is not actually happening there? And the engineer said that they didn't know. I also met with the manager of the data team, and I had several questions around how they were handling ticket data, whether or not they were using machine learning models to try to help identify scammers or fake tickets instead of relying on agents, which could provide an inconsistent customer experience. In addition to this, I asked more consumer protection questions related to what about the event of a large fake ticket selling scheme. The manager did not answer my question, and he was like, why are you asking these questions? I also asked questions related to the responsibility if, a seller tries to sell a ticket that they don't have. And in response, the manager said, well, it's basically the seller's responsibility, and it's not necessarily the company's responsibility. I wasn't the only one that had concerns over consumer protections. I attended an all-hands meeting where employees were concerned about read-it comments and the negative company perception. I noticed a lot of read-it comments where people were complaining about being scammed. I noticed a lot of comments where people would, try to get a ticket for an event, have booked like flights and hotels, and ended up not actually getting the ticket transferred to them in time. Or StubHub tries to mediate the situation and gives them an alternate ticket, but that ticket is nowhere comparable to the ticket that the consumer actually wanted. A few days later, after I had asked questions about these consumer protection related things, I was fired from the company, again with the reason being that I had been questioning the culture and work at the company, and that I had wanted to switch teams. Me wanting to switch teams was inquired by my manager and the director about finding a good team fit for.
Guess why they fired this man? They fired this man because he was overly working. What a rookie move. Asking questions they don't want him asking. Investigating shit they don't want him investigating. They told this nigga, why are you asking so many questions? He just kept asking more questions. Going around to coworkers and trying to build a brigade. Man, I would have been fired you. For $500K, if I tell you don't do shit, don't do shit. If I tell you stop asking questions, stop asking questions. Why are you overly working? You're just a number. You're just a check, and they're giving you $500,000. Why don't you just engineer the software? He's talking about consumer protection. Do you work for the Consumer Bureau of Consumerism? Like, I understand, as a consumer, thank you for sacrificing $500,000 a year on my behalf. I don't even like StubHub. I don't even be on StubHub. But thank you for sacrificing your salary so that maybe if I get an NFL ticket, I might not get... Well, they're still doing whatever they're doing. You just lost your job. I never understand why people overly work when their job tells them, hey, calm down. Why are you doing that? Why are you working so hard that you're getting in your own way? This is not your family's business. You probably just saved them money. They probably just got another compliant software engineer that they only got to pay like $450,000 now. You just saved them $50,000. They're going to keep scamming. Or did you think you were in like some type of spy thriller? You were supposed to uncover? What, were you supposed to build StubHub from the ground up? Engineer the software. Now just become a content creator, bro. Just do that, because you don't want to engineer the software. You want to ask questions. You want to restructure the corporation. They're not having that, bro.
Basically, he was fired for asking questions. Too many of them. That's all. No, really. So now there's a big debacle and big debate among them. And so now They're telling him, now you're fired, you jobless, you might as well do TikTok. But again, there was this big fold between the two of them, which was so interesting. So now we're gonna watch his comeback. Now he's gonna say something. Let's look at this.
Just sitting there and doing your job is exactly why we're in the state that we are in this country, right? Because you guys have sacrificed your morals, your integrity, and your principles for a bag and willing to come on here and make videos about it rather than actually figuring out how do we band together and make this nation materially better? How do we get to a point of affordable healthcare? How do we get to a point of affordable groceries, affordable rent? How do we get gun control? The issues that actually matter in this country rather than having this divisive rhetoric that tears us apart. How do we come together as a community? That's what you should be introducing your audience to. I find it super ironic that on this eve of a TikTok ban that 170 million of us did not want, where we have the illusion of freedom, but we don't have any choices, that this is what you choose to post. And just to be clear, when I accepted that offer, I also had 3 other job offers that I was considering. So I didn't just need to put the fries in the bag. It's scary that 100,000 people liked the video that you made, 1, and 2, you didn't even bother to tag me in your post, so I had no idea really that this was going on. Maybe you were scared of my response, but here it is.
So now this doesn't end, but the people were saying, okay, this is enough now. Let it end. Okay, guy, you messed up. You've messed up the bag. But why are you so bothered? This is what he says to the responding of that other guy.
So you went on LinkedIn, applied for Stubhub of your own free will. Stubhub. Got a job making $500,000 a year. Tried to rebuild the company from the ground up, asking questions, doing the most. They done told you, hey, relax, you're doing too much. You tried to build a brigade of employees on the work floor to challenge the bosses. They fired you. And then you came on the social media explaining the entire situation for us. And then I made a response saying, hey, perhaps you should have just engineered the software and continued to make $500,000 a year instead of losing your job and being immediately replaced by someone else who is just going to engineer the software. And now you're talking about gun control, universal healthcare, and what all else. Were we supposed to help get your Stubhub job back that you lost, and then you would get us universal healthcare? Is that how it would have worked? I don't understand. Are you a Stubhub politician? I'm gonna give you a little secret. If you go far up enough in any company, you're going to see some slime ball stuff. That's just how it works. You could have at least went to a reputable company. You done chose Stubhub. You wanted to be a hero at Stubhub? Why didn't you do it anonymously? Why didn't you create a vigilante persona on here? You just wanted the clout and you wanted to be perceived as a hero. I do believe you have a good heart and you mean well, but you gotta do things with common sense. Gather the intel and drop it off at ABC headquarters, bro. Like, don't be on the office floor chanting, we want, bro, they're gonna fire you, dude. And then they're just gonna get another person to slime us out even harder. Have a wonderful day.
You're a problem, and that's why you're so obsessed with me that you've made 3 additional videos about this topic. You are clearly projecting from a place of insecurity, and I really feel bad for you that that's what you have to resort to. You have a platform with over 100,000 followers, and you choose to attempt to diminish a successful black man on this app amongst whatever else you could be doing on this app because you can't get past a $500,000 number. That's what the issue is here. It's also the fact that you think that not having moral ethics and principles is binary to the things that you bring up related to price gouging or companies raising prices, whatever. These aren't binary things. All of it plays a factor into what we're experiencing now. So can we just use some critical thinking here? A person that would be worried about losing a job that pays $500,000 is one that thinks that they can't get another one. And I'm employed. What are you doing? Thank you so much for being a fan. Really appreciate all.
Scared? Do you know who you're talking to? Do you know what they call me? They call me Slimeball Shice Master Marco. I run my streets. Why would I be scared of you? My audience once told me that my skin was too clear to look like I commit any crimes. You know what I told them? I told them that I'm using the beauty filter and that I could take it off at any moment, exposing the face and skin of a hard criminal, and I'll do it again. Hold on, watch this. Feast your eyes. This is the rugged skin of a criminal. Okay? Relax. Don't come on here threatening me, telling me I'm scared. It was never that. Hello, Mom? Guess what? I'm in my first ever TikTok beef. Yeah. No, we haven't made it. My account is getting obliterated tonight at midnight sharp, and I'm going to lose everything. Well, I'm gonna tell them to go to my bio and click the link, and yeah. Well, you would think that they wouldn't do it, but 2,000 people have done it, and I've only advertised that YouTube account for like 2 days now, so I don't know, maybe enough will enable me to do a jump, a transition, a career change, if you will. Just put the fries in the bag. Okay.
Well, the beef did end, and it was interesting for me. I found that these two characters very funny, and it shouldn't have gone as far as it did. But I don't think I have any opinion to add to this or whatever significance I want to add to this. But it was really a fun way to just come to the end, because by the time I was shooting this, there was a TikTok ban and Americans were going offline. So there was this kind of beef going on, and they were doing the CD confessions, and others were getting into unnecessary beefs with people, more like it's a goodbye thingy. So I have no 2 cents to add. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, a share, a like, and if you enjoy watching my videos, thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next episode. Mwah.